It's the Michaela Kai, and we're back for episode 2. Did y'all miss me? Because I miss y'all. And don't worry, don't fear. I've got the official dates here. Oh, that rhymed. That rhymed. We're going to be dropping a video every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you put on the alert notifications, whatever you need to do so you can stay in the loop, so you can stay in tune. This is the tea talk, real pillow talk. We're talking about the deep stuff to help you grow in life so you don't have to be stagnant, okay? Make sure when you watch this, you know that you're not watching this video to stay the same. You're watching this video to transform, to be different, to be new, period. And like I said in the last video, everything is about me, my testimonies, my life. So be easy on me in the comments. Don't be doing too much. Don't be doing too much. In this episode, we'll be talking about sexual trauma and how sexual trauma could stop you in life. And that's what we're gonna be talking about. When I was in elementary school, right? I used to go to daycare because my mom has always been in the medical field as long as I can remember. So she, you know, she going to work at like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, when you go that early, you go to sleep. They get you ready, like you eat breakfast, put on your school clothes, and then you go to school. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. You go to school. But my mom used to always put our uniform on the hanger because she knew we would go to sleep and she don't want us to like wrinkle up our stuff. So that's what I mean by get ready. My mom made sure we look good head to toe. If she picked us up from school and something was missing or something was off, she'll be like, what's going on, you know? So she was that mom. She kept us polished, put together, and everything, okay? After a while, this big guy would sit next to me, and I do not know what grade he's in, but I could tell he's like older, so he had to be in high school, okay? Because big kids go there too. So he would sit next to me and try to do like little stuff like touch me, finger me, make me touch him, and different stuff like that. But one day, I was sitting at the window, he sat next to me, and he tried to finger me, and I would say, no, stop, it hurts. But he wouldn't stop. He would just try to keep going, but do it more softer. I would be like, no, I don't like it. He would just try to, I guess, convince me to like it and to say that it feels good or whatever. So then the next day, I'm at daycare again, but this time I moved closer to the front. I'm trying to move different places. I never sit in the same spot. So I sat right behind the bus driver, and he sits next to me. And that time he pulls out his thing and he tells me, you want to touch it? I'm like, no, I don't want to touch it. And he picked up my hand and put it on his thing so that I could touch it and rub it. And the bus driver is not seeing nothing. And I just want to say to the adults out there, you need to be mindful. You need to pay attention. You need to be on the lookout for children because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening, okay? And I'm smiling because it helps me not to cry, okay? Nothing is funny. Nothing is hilarious about this situation, but me smiling is a defense mechanism. So don't think I'm lying about anything I'm saying or anything like that, you know? No weird vibes. It was another time where I sat a little like in the middle-ish further, and I was like, no, you're not sitting next to me. Don't sit next to me. Like, I don't want you sitting next to me. And the bus driver was like, girl, let him sit down, because she doesn't know what's going on. She just sees that he's standing up and he's trying to sit down, and I'm like, no, you're not sitting with me. And that was my first time saying no. So that's why I'm saying, like, adults, pay attention, because you can make someone's strong moment feel like their weak moment, or feel like they should have never been strong. They should have just kept letting stuff happen to them and write it up, because it's never going to change if I open my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So he sits next to me again. It was annoying. I remember one time I went to school and I told my teacher, when I pee, it hurts. So she called my mom and we went to the doctor. I don't know what my mom and the doctor talked about, because, you know, I'm a kid. That's confidential. Like, they talk together. I don't even remember if my mom asked me what happened or nothing like that, but if she did, I didn't say anything. I remember one time, which is crazy, we had to go to his aunt's house so she could watch us, because her and my mom were really cool, and I knew that was his aunt, and I told my mom I didn't want to go. She was like, why? And I didn't tell her. And we went anyways because she had to go to work. Me and my little brother took a shower, and we had our towels on, and we had to put on our clothes and dry off when we were in the room. And he was standing in the doorway, and I was like, I kept the towel on me, and she was like, girl, take your towel off and put on your clothes. But I kept looking at him because I'm like, he's standing there. But adults tell you what to do. So I took it off and I put on my clothes. I feel like all those little moments made me feel comfortable and okay with what was going on, even though I knew it wasn't okay and I didn't like it. So I felt like that made me more curious at a young age. But I don't know what's shifted when I got older. I don't know if somebody talked to me. I don't know. Like, I really just don't know what shifted. But as I continue to grow, my mindset shifted from being comfortable and like this was like okay to more so like, no, you're not supposed to do none of that. You need to save yourself. You don't need to do nothing with nobody. And I literally didn't do nothing with nobody. Fast forward, I let it go. I put it all behind me. But from that moment, I didn't even realize how much I was hiding my body until I pointed it out to myself later. I would change in the bathroom all the time. So if I had gym, I would change in the stall. If I was in my house, I would change in the bathroom. I wouldn't change my room. And if I did change my room, the door would be locked, the bathroom door would be locked. Everything would be locked because I just didn't want nobody to see my body. And it's crazy. Fast forward, I had sex for the very first time. I hated it. I hated it. It brought back every emotion, every feeling, everything from that moment. I felt unsafe. I didn't want nobody touching me. I felt disgusted. I just felt so many things like rushing through me. I never wanted to do it again. I was like, I hate it so much. I was just battling that on the inside. And after that, I felt like I went more in my shell than ever. And it got so bad that I had to finally share, because I never told anybody. I finally shared it with my friends. My mom still didn't know at this point. She knows now, but she did not know at that point. Nobody knew. And it just forced me to have to talk to people and have community in it. At a point in life, I just got to a point where I was just like, whatever, bump it. And I really didn't care. And I just started having sex. I would try to do it emotionless or like, you know, without any feelings, so that I don't feel that feeling. I just wanted to be okay in that moment. That's it. I remember one time I had a boyfriend. I'm trying to think, hold on. He wanted to have sex with me, but I was like, no, like I'm cool. Like I'm cool on that, I don't want to. And I just kept like watching TV or whatever I was doing, trying to be funny, like kissing me and all that. Because you know when you tell your boyfriend no, sometimes they know you mean no, and other times they think you just saying no for whatever reason, like they think you playing or whatever. But I was dead serious, and he didn't know. I guess because of the way I said it, I don't know. But he kept kissing me and stuff and like trying to mess with me, and I just busted out crying. I have never busted out crying like that in my life. And he was like, what's wrong? And then I had to tell him. And I was like, when I said no and you did it anyways, you put me back in that position again. Like my no didn't matter, like my voice didn't matter, like what I say doesn't matter, and people could do me however they want to do me, and I didn't like that. Fast forward to what I said in the video, in the last video, when I said, God, I want to be better for my husband. That is why I said that. That is where that came from. It came from the fact that I'm like, God, that happened when I'm in elementary school. I am now 19, about to be 20, and I'm still dealing with the same thing. And that's when I decided to be abstinent. And I was like, God, the reason why I want to be abstinent is because I want to be better for my husband. And that's what I meant. I don't want to be this traumatic version of me. I don't want to cry when we're supposed to have sex. I don't want to feel this heaviness of the trauma. I just want to be free. I want to be whole for him. I don't want to be this broken individual that he has to deal with. And that's what I meant when I said that. Like I said, as I continued to grow and I got closer to God, that changed. I wanted to be abstinent for God, for his glory. The process of getting over that was really, really hard. You have to set crazy boundaries for yourself and others so that they don't cross that line and trigger you into those emotions, because those triggers, at that moment I cried. But it's some moments where I was mad, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, bro, get off of me. What did I just say? So it just depends on the trigger response of that emotion. Sometimes we can't handle the emotion that our trigger responds to in that moment. The pain that that memory brings can hurt us so bad. And especially if you didn't feel like you had a voice when you're younger, you're older now. It's like, I have a voice, nobody can mess with me. That's why some people be like, I learned how to fight, or I learned how to do this and this and this, because nobody ever is going to take me back to that point. Nobody ever is going to make me feel less safe or vulnerable like that ever again. That's why people build walls. I feel like that's another reason why I had to learn how to love properly and just learn how to be in a relationship for real. I did not know how to be in a relationship. I did not know how to be a proper girlfriend. I was just out here, baby. I was just out here. I didn't care. When I say I didn't care, I'm not saying like I was just out here having sex with anybody like cheating on people. No. I was going through life selfishly, just focusing on me and not the other person. Like I wasn't worried about what the other person got going on. And if they said I couldn't get it for you or I couldn't do this, I'd be like, all right, cool, I can get it for myself. I didn't care. Like it gave independent in a relationship, and it was so weird, really weird. I would tell myself every day in the mirror, like, you're beautiful, God loves you, you're safe, these people don't want to hurt you, nobody's gonna hurt you again. I had to forgive the guy who did it. I journaled a lot to talk about it and talk about my feelings and just talk to God. I finally told my mom about it. I don't remember what year that was. I don't remember if that was 2021 or 2022, but I finally told my mom, and I feel like that was such a release, you know, because I felt like that was the main person I needed to tell, the main person that I felt like was hidden from it, and how I really felt and what was going on in my head and how I didn't feel safe or seen. Because after that, I really didn't want to be close to a man, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was at my friend's house, I'll be more so close with their mom and not their dad. Or even like a boyfriend, I'll be close with their mom and not their dad, because I just didn't feel safe or seen. Even if my mom had a boyfriend at the time, no, I don't want to be that close to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what's in your mind. I don't know what you're thinking. And even with like certain friends that I was meeting, like it's just my boundaries really high. And I just was paying attention to stuff more. Even though you already supposed to be paying attention, I was just paying attention even more, because ain't nobody finna put me through a situation like that where I have no control over, or put me in a place where I feel like my words don't matter. It was a journey, and just going through my whole abstinence journey with God, I feel like God really healed me through it all, and he developed me. And I felt like during that process, I turned into a soft girl than a hard girl. Because I'm not gonna say I was super mean, but I was super duper closed up and closed off. I really didn't want to feel. I just wanted to be numb. That's it. I didn't want to feel nothing. Just growing with God and being intimate with God, he's going to show you what the definition of soft girl is. The definition of being submissive, the definition of being a wife, the definition of being a sister, a friend, and all those other things. And that's exactly what God did for me. I could see how with me and my brothers, like our relationship changed as I continue to grow with God. My relationship with friends changed as I continue to grow with God. My mom, like it's just so many different things and changed for me during that process that I can't even explain to you. That's why I'm telling you, like, when you do your abstinence journey and when you say I want to build my relationship with God, actually be intentional and actually do it with God, because it's going to make the difference. You can't say I'm doing this for me or I'm doing this for somebody else. It's not enough. That's why I changed it. It was not enough for me to say I'm doing it for my future husband, because if it was based off of that, I would have failed a long time ago. I would have never made it to 2 years. I made it to 2 years because of the grace of God. It was God who got me there, and the development, like me growing with God, being intentional with him and just talking to him daily, doing the Bible study, putting in the work, learning and different stuff like that. You have to go deeper with God if you want to get deeper healing. And understand that it's not easy at all. It'll get better, I promise you, because I don't even think about that moment anymore. It might make me a little emotional because I think of the little girl in me. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't have flashbacks. I don't have moments. Your triggers won't bother you anymore. You won't feel burdened anymore by your pain, because your pain will go away by the help of God. God is a father to the fatherless. And my dad passed away in like 2009. So I used to always say, thank you for being my father, God. Thank you for picking up the pieces. I used to I still do, get so emotional on how good God is. Me and God are like this. I imagine myself washing Jesus' feet. I imagine myself sitting at the dinner table eating with him. I imagine myself being close to him. I imagine myself sitting on his lap. I imagine myself hugging him in the time I need a hug. And I just feel safe in his arms. That I could just imagine me in any of those places I just said and just feel the safeness come upon me. My whole body, like I could just feel it. Like God is here with me. God has never left me. He has never forsaken me. He'll heal you from every place. He'll heal you from every broken place you are in. And that's another reason why I felt like I really needed to start my abstinence journey. because I was just putting trauma on top of trauma. Every time I had sex, putting trauma on top of trauma and burying it whole time. It's not getting buried, it's overflowing even more. Like, you know, when you put golf balls in a cup of water, instead of it going down, it's all coming up until it all overflows. And that's what it's doing. We think that covering up with sex, putting this bandage on, like with sex, putting this bandage on by meeting this other guy, putting this bandage on by meeting a spender, like we say nowadays, like get you a spender. None of that is healing you. None of that is taking you to the place that God needs you to be. You really need to stop, take a moment, take a break from it all, and just give God your all. Once you give God your all, he can work on those things. He can start taking away all those golf balls from making you overflow and allow you to just be still. Because when you're overflowing, you're always bubbling, you're always shaking, you're always uneasy. Something is always going on in life. But once you remove every golf ball, start realizing, oh, that's why you don't trust people. That's why you don't feel safe. That's why you don't mess with your cousin no more. That's why this happened. You'll understand why you do certain things, why you think certain ways, when he starts to remove things away from your life. Let God remove things from your life and take it seriously. It's time. You can't keep burying it. You can't keep getting away with being rude, angry, and nasty. You need to learn how to love. You need to learn how to talk to God's people properly, because a lot of the people that you're talking to like that don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be neglected. They deserve to be loved. You don't have to be broken anymore. You don't have to be in pieces. Your life doesn't have to be a mess. Just invite God in it and start new, start afresh. The person that you with matters. You can't be with somebody that's gonna add on to your trauma that you're already experiencing. You need somebody that's gonna be your safe space. You need somebody that's gonna bring you peace. You need somebody that's gonna teach you how to communicate and communicate to you and know how to communicate to your broken pieces. Are they supposed to heal you? No, they're not. You're supposed to do that work with God. No one is your healer. No one is your savior. That's between you and God. Don't expect them to do that. But what I am saying is, be with someone that's going to take care of your heart the way God will. Don't be with somebody that's just going to break your heart or shatter it in pieces for the convenience of their feelings and to neglect yours. You're going to look back in this moment and you're going to say, thank you, God, for everything that you've done in my life. Thank you for the person I am, and I appreciate the growth and the changes. The growth you, the change you is going to be so much different than the broken you, I promise you. You're going to be so whole. Baby, you're going to be so whole. You're going to be doing so good in life. It's not even going to hurt you no more. You're not even going to think about it. The person that did that to you before is not going to do it again. And if somebody in your family or your friends or whoever did not believe you, it's okay, because God knows, God sees it all. Stop trying to get people to believe you. Stop holding that against them for them not believing you. Let God do the work, because if you let God do the work and you pray, God will give them a dream. God will show them a vision, or God will speak to them directly and tell them, no, that is what happened. Tell them the how, the when, the where, and everything. And if they still deny, they'll be calling God a liar, not you. So don't worry about anything. God has you covered. God has it all figured out. You got this. Yes, you were broken, but you weren't meant to stay broken. People think just because things happen to them in life, that was meant to be, and that was meant to be their story. No. So many things happen to so many people that have overcome, and they're doing way better than they were before. They're billionaires, millionaires, they're entrepreneurs. They got so much going on for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Listen to me. You were not meant to stay broken. You're meant to be healed. Let God heal you. What happened to you does not define who you are and where you are in God's eyes. You are more to him than you can think or imagine. He cares for you more than you think. I need you to get on your knees and cry out to God and pray. He is going to heal your heart. He's going to get you together. You're going to be okay, and everything is going to make sense once you lean in on God. Hope you heard me. You got this. I love you. And this is episode 2. Stay tuned for episode 3. It's only going to get juicier and juicier. I have never talked about this on social, so I don't have much to go off of, like questions or different things I should talk about. I'm just saying my story and what I did to overcome it and how I overcame it and where I currently am, like the difference. So if you want me to go deeper into this, just drop a comment and I'll make a whole another video. Thank you for tuning in. I love you so, so much. And I'm glad you just sat on this couch with me and had pillow talk. We're going to talk again. I'm so proud of you. You're doing amazing. And God is proud of you. And he loves you so much. Later.